Bo was my son, Bo Johnson, and when he was just turning 12, he got AML leukemia. So we were diagnosed in September, end of September, and he was treated at Children's Hospital in Milwaukee. We had great nurses and doctors there, and we were on the hot unit there. And we went through 4 rounds of heavy-duty treatment for AML leukemia. Unfortunately, when his cancer came back after we were cancer-free and sent home, his cancer came back and we had to get a bone marrow transplant. So we went back to Children's Hospital in Milwaukee, and he got a bone marrow transplant. He had a double cord blood transplant. Excellent doctors again, excellent nurses. He was doing really well, and we found out that he didn't have typical AML leukemia. He had something that was called extramedullary AML leukemia. So when you hear the term extramedullary, it means it's not growing where it should be inside the bone marrow. It was growing outside the bone marrow, and that's not typical. Like when that means extramedullary means on the outside of. So when they told me that, I asked if it was rare, and they pretty much freaked out and said they just went through 8 months not knowing that Bo even had it. We thought he just had AML. And now we know that he has EM-AML, and there's nothing we can do for him because 0.02% of the whole world will ever get this disease. And there's no treatment, meaning if there's no diseases that are popular, there's not going to be a treatment for it because it's not top on the list. And so every instant that they had heard of EM-AML, there has never been a survivor. But Bo took it upon himself to say, I have a 50-50 chance. I can do this. I've done it before. I can do this. So we chose to do a double cord blood transplant, and we did total body radiation because we thought that would get rid of all the tumors that were growing all over his body. There were small little tumors called chloromas, and it's a soft tissue tumor. And then the reason they're called chloromas is when you look at them under a microscope, they look greenish blue like in a swimming pool. And they didn't hurt him, but they would grow to be quite large in some instances. Like he would get them by his eyes, and he would get them in his jaw, things like that. And you can't spot radiate someone. So Bo took it that we all knew that he gave it 110%, and he knew he wasn't going to make it, but he gave a speech at his middle school class for to a little bit let them know what it's like to be alive, what it's like to be dying, and what we should all do with the rest of our life. And I think I was in awe of the way he spoke. My brother Rolf sat on the stage with him alongside his principal, Kirk Knutson. He gave a speech about like loving each other, helping each other, don't be a bully. He said that he sees things so much differently now that he is not in school every day and hearing the drama that goes on that is so petty. And that I used to tell him growing up, and I tear up a little bit, you can never have too many friends. I mean, you should never have enemies if you can help it. It's always good to have too many friends. And so he was pretty friendly to everyone. I mean, even here at work, he would come in the door. He loved the cooks. He loved the girls in the boutique. He loved the wait staff. He loved everyone. He would give everybody hugs and just be so positive. And I think because he was so positive and never complained through his treatment, which I feel like he had every right to, I just felt like he never did. I feel like it would be a dishonor to not follow the pay it forward rule, or to love each other, or help each other, or have your neighbor's back. When you go and live on a cancer floor and watch these children, and even adults, battling a disease that just you have no control over, and you try to be so stoic through it and happy, and you're trying so hard to be supportive to someone, you don't know what to do for them. And we have nothing to complain about when we're sitting here healthy. So I feel that the best way to honor my son is to always pay it forward. So after he gave his speech, a couple local gals that were bakers, one is a cookie artist and one was a cake baker, wanted to have a cookie sale and a bake sale, and I didn't know she was a cookie artist. And so I didn't realize she had like 60,000 followers all over the country and all over the world. So she put it on her Facebook page that for Fall Festival weekend, we were going to have a small bake sale. Anybody who wants to donate, I pick a theme that Bo loved, and he loved Halloween, and he loved fall, especially Halloween. And being in the fall, it would be great gifts for kids for Halloween and things like that. And when the cookies started to come in, I had no idea that they were like little art pieces, like little tiles. I didn't want to eat them because they were so beautiful, but the cookie artists, after about 8 years now of doing a yearly sale, they always say, eat the cookie, bite the cookie. You can always buy another cookie. So I just bite the heads off of them now, and I don't feel bad. But each cookie sells for about $3 or $4, and we sell boxes, and we only have the sale for 2 days over Columbus Day weekend and 3 days over Fall Festival weekend. And we've raised, last year was our record year, we raised about $30,000 in 5 days on cookies, people, cookies. And this is from a pay it forward from cookie artists all over the country and all over the world. And again, they heard Bo's message and they believe in our goal, and we donate a $25,000 check each year from this cookie sale to Children's Hospital, and we also work with the MAC Fund. So this check actually goes to the MAC Fund, which is the Midwest Athletes Against Childhood Cancer, and it is a clinic that Bo would go to if he was a survivor, and it's all cancer research for children. So we believe that teddy bears and yo-yos, everybody is great donating those, but the way to survive is through research, and the way we would like to grant things in is through how do we get the best bang for our buck, meaning we would like to donate to something that will help the most kids we could help with our donation. So we actually donate to a small, very intelligent group of research scientists in the MAC Fund that's in the Wisconsin Blood Center next door there. And they're working on a high frequency malignancy program, meaning children that can't recognize their own cancers in their bodies, which a lot of people know what CAR T-cell therapy is by now. It's like working with each individual to try to figure out their genetic makeup so they can figure out a safer, less harsh way to treat their cancers and get their own bodies to recognize cancer so they don't have to go through the chemo treatments and the harsh treatments that make them so ill or could kill them as well. So it's all about paying it forward to the MAC Fund and the nurses and the doctors and the families and everyone who helped us out. We just wanted to pay it forward. And then the rest of the money goes into a very small foundation called the Go Bo Foundation. It's 18 and under. We do anything you need to get you through your treatments. You could do gas cards, food cards, hotel stays, plane tickets. If you're home and you're out of work as a parent, we want you to stay with the child during treatment. We would love to pay your mortgage payments. What do you need? You tell us. And if it's doable, we do it. If we can't do it in a large way, we do it in small ways. We do what they ask, and we haven't denied anybody really. It has to be by doctor permission. They do it a lot like Door Cancer. And we've helped, I believe, maybe 11 kids some way or another that the parents needed some help. And I don't want people to think that it's for people that are in need. It should be for all people of all incomes, because when you're going through a cancer journey, you're going to be in need of something. I felt that way when people were giving to me, and I had to learn to be more humble and accept. And I just wish people would be more accepting and humble, because we now want to give. We are wrapped up into the Door County Community Foundation, and that's in Sturgeon Bay. They have a website. We also have a website. It's called thecobofoundation.org. Or once you go onto our website, or you go on to the Door County Community Foundation.org, you can go to the list of foundations that are listed in the Community Foundation, and you can click on Donate on that page, and you can directly donate in that way. I feel like the one thing that my son asked me to do is so small for me to do. Why would you say no? I mean, I know that it's not a huge organization, but we can do something. It's not nothing. Like little kids don't get, maybe a foundation. They don't really understand that. But they all know that they could do something. There's a lot of really cool things on Facebook that are on the news or do-good websites that you see that someone did something. I'm blown away every day by something someone did. And I think once you do give a little bit and you feel so good about it, it's not about the notoriety. It's not that I want a pat on the back and I need a thank you. You just know that it's doing good for something. I don't need to be in the limelight. I just want people to see how good it can make you feel to do good.